Hi, I'm Joanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational program, and Making Do, which is on another channel that hopefully, I'll be able to speak towards what's happening on that book a little later on this week. But today, I wanted to pick up where I left off about 3 weeks ago and talking about building a healthy mind and body through our attitude. And it's our attitude of mind that establishes all of this, which is why I wrote The Happy Little Garbage Truck, because I wanted to help children find a way to be encouraged via the vehicle of the happy little garbage truck. He was not always in the positive place, but he made the most of it and he did his best. He did what he could to have a good life. And so that's what I wanted children to do, is to try their best. That's the overall theme of the story. It's available on Amazon. And I thank you, those of you who have already purchased the book, and the wonderful, kind comments that I've heard from a lot of people. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be in a book or story reading event in Lexington in a couple of weeks, and I will include a flyer of that on my LinkedIn spot. So thank you so much for your support. But today, we're going to be talking about how an expectant, joyful attitude takes one over many hurdles in life. And that's what we're doing. We're exemplifying that in our lives for the children that we teach and work with, because it really works. And I lived this myself this week. We were having our first meeting of writers speaking on the writing process and through the framework of what motivates us. And our topic was how God provides this framework for us to bring our best work to others. And it's our personal journeys. And it's about how we find motivation to write, to get up in the morning to write, because we know that we're being uplifted daily ourselves and we're doing something we love, which is writing, and we're using our talents, time, and abilities to help and share it with others. And, it's about love, the love of God in our lives and how we love others by helping them, which is why I became a teacher. But in this context, I have to tell you that it took a lot for me to start this channel, because I don't consider myself a public speaker, but that's something we all must do at some time in our lives. But it took a lot of courage. I was just thinking back on how when COVID hit, and there was that lockdown, and I just kept thinking, oh, what about my students? What are they going to do? Because I taught students with autism and other special needs. And I just said, this is not really a great time for them to be locked in. And how could we as parents and educators actually encourage them in our educational process to not feel despondent, about this, which is, it was a really heavy psychological thing for children, especially those with autism. So I started this channel, and fast forward to this weekend, I still don't feel as though I'm a public speaker. And as you know, it takes time and courage and repeated attempts. But I felt that I had to draw on the principles that I've been sharing with you about having courage and a happy, hopeful attitude in the midst of that time that I was to speak. My friends and I were blessed with a venue, our church, and wonderful people who helped us set it up and had a little brunch event afterwards. Delicious. But I had to fight my own anxious thoughts about being first. and that wasn't bad enough. But there always are technical glitches. So I didn't start immediately. And then when everything was ready, you're on. And I was like, I barely had any time to collect my thoughts, because most of what I was thinking about is, oh, I'm first and we're late and I've got to hurry because we want to still be able to get everybody in within that time frame. So I had a lot of anxiety at the time Besides being the first one to speak, I was so nervous. But after prayerfully focusing my mind on the why, I was able to keep a happy, joyful, and expectant attitude and didn't crumble or just say, hey, I'm not doing this. Never would I do that. My parents taught us all too well that once you start something, you finish it. So actually, I found myself after I had gotten this, it was very rapid, a pace in speaking, I actually started enjoying what I was doing. And that, I just kept telling myself, why you're doing this, you're helping people, you're being a light, you're being helpful, you're encouraging those who don't know how they can actually start writing to write, giving some very basic technical um, guidelines. So, what I'm saying, long story short, is that we must encourage our students also to try hard things, to not give up, but most of all, to keep that positive, expectant attitude throughout their journeys. And one of our writers said it the best way, Lo Maynard. She said that we have to stop looking at obstacles as roadblocks. Those obstacles are actually the pavement that we are walking on that will help us grow and make progress in our lives. So I really love that. So I gained a lot out of this weekend as well. So more later, thank you so much for stopping by, looking at my stream, and please share and please subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye bye.